Hi, I am Pim, and I will guide you through this tutorial. In this WEM Basics tutorial, we will look at the basics of screen development. First, we will create entry forms for orders and order lines. Next, we will see how we can create a tabular overview using the data grid. And then, we will add buttons to our main screen. Let's get started. In the flowchart we created in the previous tutorial, we have 3 screens to develop. Let's start with the one at the top, Order Details. By double-clicking the node, the template editor opens. At the top, you see all kinds of elements you can use in your screen design. On the left, we return to our data model. You can use these elements in your screen design too. In each screen, WEM automatically generates a caption with the name of the node. In case of an overlay screen, WEM also adds a header with the same name. This renders the caption obsolete, so we can delete it. To select elements in the screen design, it helps to use the breadcrumb at the bottom of the screen. Clicking the caption places the cursor in the text. By clicking rich text in the breadcrumb, we select the entire element which contains the text. Then we can press the delete button to delete the entire element. In the case of this screen, we want to create an entry form for entering the required data for an order. We can simply do so by dragging the appropriate fields on the canvas. We drag Customer on the canvas and select Create Form. This creates a form where the user can enter the customer. By dragging order date to the same form, it gets added to the form. Then we have the field order number. This gets generated, we want to show it to the user, without the option to edit it. For this we add an empty form item. We name it order number and drag the order number field in the open space. In this case we select Create Label, because we only want to show the order number. A label shows the value of an expression. In this case the expression is simple, only the field we want to show. We want to show the order number at the top of the form, so we use the arrows near the handle at the left of the form item, to move the form item up. To finish this screen design, we need to add buttons for save and cancel. We drag a button to the footer, and select Button Exit, and then Save. We repeat the steps for the cancel button. This finishes the design of the screen. Don't forget to hit the save button. Unlike flowcharts, changes in the template editor are not automatically saved. Now let's create the order line detail screen. It is possible to select multiple fields and drag them on the canvas in one action. WEM automatically creates a form and places the fields in the order they were selected. We finish this screen with the Save and Cancel button. Now, let's create the order screen. Since this is not an overlay screen, there is no separate header. We can keep the caption on this screen. On this screen, we need an overview of all orders in our system. We can create a tabular overview simply by dragging the orders data list on the canvas and select Create Data Grid. WEM wants to know which columns we want in the tabular view. We can simply select them in the order we want them to be displayed. Let's view the result. By pressing Preview, the application will start. As you can see, the orders in the database are displayed. Now let's add the order lines. We add an additional column to the data grid by hovering right from the last column and press the plus sign. We drag the order line data list in the new column and select Create Data Grid again. This will show order lines for each of the orders in the outer data grid. Let's view the result again. What happens here is not exactly what we want. Now the application repeats all order lines with each of the orders. We need to limit the order lines to only those order lines that belong to each specific order. We need a filter for that. We add a filter to the definition of the order lines data list. We name it Current Order. we provide an expression that returns true for only those order lines that are connected to the order that is currently selected. Row ID is a function, which returns a reference to the currently selected row in the data list it is applied to. By dragging this filter to the filter property of the order lines data grid, we tell WEM to use this filter when displaying this data grid. Again, let's view the result. This is what we were looking for. The final thing we need to do is to add the controls to add, edit, and delete orders and order lines. We start with adding a button for adding orders below the orders data grid. For editing an existing order, we set the on-row click property of the orders data grid. This allows the user to click a row in the list for initiating the edit functionality. And for deleting an order, we add another column to the orders data grid. In this column, we add a delete button. We turn the button red to emphasize the destructive nature of this action. And we set the display of the button to an icon. WEM has a range of icons to choose from. By typing the first characters of the name, we can easily find the icon we need. Finally, we repeat these steps for order lines. Let's save the design and view the result. Let's test by adding an order. We see the new order, yet without any order lines. So let's add an order line. We can edit the order line. We can also edit the order itself. As you can see, the updated customer name is displayed now. We can delete the order line. And we can delete the order itself. Working with these data grids is extremely fast, and therefore, very useful for prototyping. But for our final order application, we want our application to look somewhat more sophisticated. That is also possible with WEM. In our next tutorial we will dive deeper into screen development. This concludes Screen Basics. Time to try it out yourself. Creating a WEM account is easy and free of charge. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. You can contact us at support@pim21.com.